welcome back to No Notes. This is VL13, and in this video I am going to show you the last two chords of our chord numbering system, and that is the 3 chord and the 7 chord. Now the 3 chord is used in worship music not as often as some of the other chords that we have learned. The 7 chord is rarely used in worship music, but I wanted you to be aware of them and I wanted you to know how they were built. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 2 chord numbers that we have not talked about so far. But just as a refresher, we have talked about the 1 chord, and in the key of C, that's a C major chord, and the 1 chord is always major in a major key. We talked about the 2 chord. In the key of C, that's a D minor, and in a major key, the 2 chord is always minor. We've talked about the 4 chord, and that's F in the key of C, and the 4 chord is always major in a major key. The 5 chord is always major in a major key, and in the key of C, that's G. And then the 6 chord in a major key is always minor, and in the key of C, that's A minor. And we've talked about why the minor chords are minor, and that is because they have what's called a lowered third, and that means there's only between the root and the third, there is only 3 half steps instead of 4. 1, 2, 3. Whereas in a major key, there is 4. Here's where my root is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is more of a bright sound, more of a darker sound. Major, bright, minor, darker. I want to take a look now at the 2 chords that we haven't talked about, and that is our 3 chord and our 7 chord. In the key of C, our 3 chord is going to start on the 3rd key, which would be E, and E would be our root. We would skip F, our G would be our 3rd, skip A, and B would be our 5th. And this chord is minor. The 3 chord is always minor in a major key. Our inversions for the E minor chord would look like this. So let's start with our root. First inversion. Second inversion. Let's do that up the keyboard. And then come down. The E chord is used in worship music. It's not real common, but it's definitely used. Our 7 chord is rarely used in worship music, but I didn't want to leave out 1 chord, so I wanted to at least explain to you what it is. If we start on C and we go up 7 keys, we get to B, and B is called a diminished chord. It's not major and it's not minor. And it's the only one of the chord numbers in a major key that is diminished. And that means it not only has a lowered third, but it also has a lowered 5th. So the keys of our diminished chord, our 7 chord in the key of C, which is B diminished, is our root is B, skip C, our third is D, skip E, and then our fifth is F. Remember that there's only 3 half steps between the root and the third for a minor chord. 1, 2, 3. For a diminished chord, there's only 3 half steps between the third and the fifth. 1, 2, 3. A diminished sound is darker than a minor sound. And again, it's rarely used in worship music. So now let's look through the root and the inversions of those. So here's root. Here's first inversion. Second inversion. Let's do that up the keyboard now. And come back down. Let's do it broken. And those are the last 2 chord numbers in a major key. In the next video, we're going to talk about how that whole thing looks. And I hope you have a blessed day.